12-6. Give it a minute. Yeah. The second half of the junior college basketball season is underway for Chandler-Gilbert. Tonight, it's a hoop fiesta, a twin bill, as the County's women and men's squad face the Mesa Thunderbirds. Good evening, everyone. Joe Pequeno alongside Matt McCurney at the Coyote Center. It's twice the fun for zero the price. A Wednesday hoop fiesta, and it starts with the ladies. Coach Matt Strickland and crew hosting the 8th-ranked Mesa Thunderbirds, a team with national championship aspirations every year. And Matt, the Coyotes maybe coming off their best win of the season, picking up their first league win, a 61-33 victory over South Mountain.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's great improvement. The Coyotes played well in that matchup, 61-33, so really came in strong and played hard, outscoring South Mountain in basically all quarters. And look, Michaela Horsley, great performance, 18 points on the board. We're really happy to see that. We saw kind of a drought in her offensive playing early on in the season, so to see her come off the bench and put some threes on the board and score for her team is big.
And the thing about Michaela Horsley is she is working nonstop. Leon Sutton, the assistant of the team, has said she's that player that always comes to him and says, Coach, can I get some work in? Can I get some work in? And she is out there, and all that extra work and effort and determination paid off in a big victory over South Mountain. So tonight, a big challenge taking on this Mesa team that comes in with a record of 12-6, 6-0, 8th ranked in the nation. And they got an explosive tandem in Brittany Cogbera and Asian Hunter, each putting up 13 a game. And with Mesa, with Coach Corey Stevenson, they're fast. They like to play a track meet up and down the court, and they're going to press you all day long.
Yeah, no doubt. And look, just looking over their averages and percentages, Mesa, 40% from the three-point line, so they can shoot, they can dominate. And at this point, when you look at the past 2 games from the Coyotes, Phoenix College taking that loss versus South Mountain taking the win, they purely took more shots, more baskets, only 48 from the inside taking shots against Phoenix College versus 78 against South Mountain. So really, they just need to get in there, play offense, and score.
Mesa hasn't played since last Wednesday after beating South Mountain 103-34. Hunter, a game-high 21. So look, Matt, at this point, the Coyotes, they've played a daunting schedule. They've gone up against D1 Southern Nevada, facing ranked Palm Beach State, facing a ranked Illinois Central College squad, ranked Pima. The schedule has more than prepared them to take on Mesa in a rematch. And, of course, last time they faced Mesa earlier in the season, Coyotes lost 54-29, but that was then, and, of course, this is now.
Yeah, I mean, they've really been through the gauntlet, and this is where that pays off, right? The hard work, the effort. They've got girls on the floor now. You can see them starting to convert offensively. So now's a good time to put that to the test. They obviously played Mesa earlier in the season, took a pretty brutal beating, but I think this is a different team. They've had more time to work as a team, get their offense down, and we hope to see that play out here tonight.
And we can't say it enough, Matt. In the course of the season for this team, getting out of the gates, not being sluggish, paramount. In the loss to Mesa, they scored only 2 points in the first, 4 in the second. Matt, for this team, we've said it all year. They got to start fast.
Yeah. No, that's no doubt. And good news, Cheryl Yazzie is back. She's been playing some games now. She was out for a lower body injury for most of the end of the first half of that season. So her being back on the court's huge in that matchup against Phoenix, scoring 18 points for the team. So that's just the type of players they need on the court. That's the type of players they need to win games like this. Move the ball quickly, bring energy to the game, and Shirley Ozzie is key for that.
Coyotes average 48 points, shooting 30%, 22% from three, 62% from the line, 31 rebounds, 7 assists. They allow only 51 points, third best mark in the league. Mesa, well, they can fill it. Every year, that's what they do. They put up 65 points, shooting 41%, 30% from three, 58% from the line, 42 rebounds, 15 assists, 8 steals, and 3 blocks. Coyotes, of course, led by new coach Matt Strickland. His team, they play hard. Very disciplined. Question is, for Coach Strickland and his assistants and Leon Sutton and John Bundy, can they get enough offense? On the other side, for Mesa, Coach Corey Stevenson, tremendous basketball coach. Last year, the squad finished second in the national tournament, and in the 2013-2014 season, they captured the national title. She's an institution here in the D2 region, here in the Valley. Her assistants are Ben Nelson and Will Young. Coyotes, they have to contain Cogbera, who comes down with 9 rips a tip. Kamara Hurd also tough, putting up 7 and 6. Cogbera ranked 9th in scoring in the league at almost 14 points and is tied for 4th with 9 rebounds, 4th in field goal percentage at 57%. So we're talking about a player that is just an absolute beast in all capacities. We're going to take a moment for the national anthem, and then it's the starting lineups, and we're going to get ready to tip this one off.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year. Welcome to this women's basketball game featuring the visiting Thunderbirds from Mesa Community College. And your Chandler-Gilbert. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you rise if you are able to, and gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor our country and those who serve. With the playing of our next. Thank you. Now the starters for this afternoon, this evening's game, the visiting Thunderbirds from Mesa Community College. Number 13, Ash Hunter. Number 24, Bella.
Make it easy on yourself, Ash. So we welcome you back into the Coyote Center where Mesa is being introduced as we speak. Starting lineup, number 13, Ash Hunter. Number 24, Bella Barrett. Number 25, Kamaya Hurd. Number 30, Amaya Beckley. And number 33, make that number 32, Brittany Cogbera. On the other side for Chandler-Gilbert, of course. They're decked out in the gray and teal. Mesa in their visiting red. It's going to be number 2, Melanie Ortiz. Number 20, Michaela Horsley. Number 23, Brianna Martin, who I'm excited about.
Yeah.
We've seen the development of this young lady who's had to get her physicality in order has some asthma issues. Maybe her conditioning wasn't up to par in the first part of the season, but now she is up and running accordingly. Number 24, Elena West, and number 30, Celaya Daniel. So this is going to be really, for me, Matt, it's really about the maturation of the Coyotes and Coach Strickland's second half of his first year. We saw the first part. Defensively, they will lock you down. They'll play hard. But for him, it's really the consistency on offense and buying in offensively. And Mesa is the ultimate litmus test, a team that every year they're in the national conversation. Corey Stevenson has recruited well. And the big thing is now, for all the games against nationally ranked teams, do the Chandler-Gilbert ladies, do they elevate their game and realize if they want to beat a team like Mesa, they've got to put forth that effort throughout a 4-period battle?
Yeah, that really is the question. Obviously, the record resume sits with Mesa. They've got a great team. And the good thing is last time they played, the Coyotes were able to hold them defensively from their scoring average of usually around 65 to 69 points to 54. So defense was there, but just not offense. And now that's where you talk about Coach Strickland. His efforts have been put to the test, and now we get to see it on the home court tonight and see if they can score.
So it looked like we had a last-second change. Cheryl Yazzie is in. Martin, Daniel, Horsley, and West on the floor for Chandler-Gilbert. And Mesa wins the tip. And they go down low in the post, and that is off the mark. Good post defense by the Coyotes and Horsley. And Elena West will work the ball up the floor. West on that left side of the perimeter. Gets into the lane, fires it up, and nice. Drops it down from long range. Quality shot by Elena West, and that is a good start for the Coyotes. And now here comes Ash Hunter. And Ash Hunter, I remember Ash from last year, a dynamic point guard. The Coyotes cannot afford to let her run and gun in transition. She's as good as anyone in this league in the open floor.
Absolutely.
Mesa with 6 on the shot clock, firing it from the outside. And that is knocked down by Bella Barrett, a freshman from Millennium High School.
And I'll tell you, Joe, I love the coverage from Brianna Martin on Cogbera. I mean, really putting her body on her, playing aggressive. And look, Mesa wanted to dump it down to Cogbera, let her take the easy layup. Martin was locking that up very well.
West, top of the key, kicks it out and loses the handle. Ash Hunter picks it up. Hunter surveying the floor, works it to the right side. Horsley out on the key.
Hands.
Active hands by Celaya. Work to the left side. Mesa driving in. Good post defense, and the putback is in. Brittany Cogbera, the sophomore, a space eater and then some on the putback. A 4-2 Mesa lead. Yazzie gets it out to Horsley, picked up by Ash Hunter. She gets the screen. West in the lane. West gliding, and West off the rim. Hunter. Track shoes on. Mesa kicks it out from the wing. Shot is up, and that is short. Brianna Martin. And Brianna, good job underneath. Had the ball low and had to keep it away from Bella Barrett, who picks up her first foul. Of course, Chandler-Gilbert looking for its first significant win against Mesa. Daniel on that elbow, Martin inside, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Elena West away from the ball. So right now, both teams are feeling each other out in the early stages of this one. Daniel with the active hands, you like to see that. And look, I'm okay with that. And Daniel forces the turnover. Look, they cannot let Ash Hunter get comfortable.
No,
that is a recipe for disaster. Come at her with different angles. It's almost like attacking a star quarterback. Make them uncomfortable in the pocket and put pressure at all times. Horsley, now she's feeling a little uncomfortable as she gets worked by Kamaya Hurd. Coyotes with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
What I love is the Coyotes really bringing the heat to Mesa, not letting them rest. And you can see Mesa responding, pulling out a little bit further on defense, trying to lock them up.
Yazzie up top. Martin down low, puts it on the floor. Little soft jumper. Hey, look, she missed it, but I loved everything I saw right there.
Yeah.
Can't fault the execution, just did not drop. Mesa kicks it out. Hunter working around the key. Work to that right side. Cogbera and Martin. Good active hands down low. And Brianna is really showing some things early in this one. And we talked about the development and the growth from that first half of the season. And we're seeing the growth from Brianna Martin early on in this matchup.
Absolutely. Well, Joe, you talked about those embers we saw per game and just missing that aggressive nature, that real dominance in the paint. I think we're seeing that here tonight.
About to check in, Avery Graber and Cogbera checking out. And Cogbera having a conversation with Coach Corey Stevenson, who's basically saying, go up strong.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about Corey Stevenson. Great coaches. Look, when they talk, they resonate, discipline, authority, and Corey is one of the best in the country. And when she sends a message, her players listen. Mesa from the outside, 6 on the shot clock, and that is knocked down. Kamaya Hurd on the elbow. A 6-2 Mesa lead. Daniel works it over to Yazzie. Yazzie. Horsley up top, in the lane. Horsley, little floater, won't go. Tracked down by Daniel. West puts it on the deck. West. And West draws the foul. That'll be against Amaya Beckley, her first. Cogbera checking back in.
I got to say,
Well,
Joe,
Olberg also in.
The Coyotes offensively looking really sharp right now. There's been a few things here and there, but they're making good passes. They're getting in front of the ball and coming to the ball, and they're finding their way on the inside and making it through the pressure. So far, really good.
Daniel on that right side of the key. Daniel puts it on. Daniel going strong. Blocked underneath. Ash Hunter, middle of the floor. Ash, one player to beat in Horsley. Ash, little Euro step, and one. And that is the grace of what Ash Hunter can do. Kind of gliding, finds her way, and just gets it to drop. Hunter at the line. A 91% free throw shooter. So absolutely crushes it there, and she earns the three-point play. A 9-2 Mesa lead. Now it's up for the Coyotes to scrap and claw and find a way to get a basket. Elena West tries to get around the corner. It's worked up top to Daniel. 14 on the shot clock. West. And Daniel. Now it's critical time for the Coyotes. 5 on the shot clock. Horsley tries to go inside. Olberg. And Olberg is blocked. With 1 second on the shot clock. Great rotation by Mesa defensively. Melanie Ortiz and Sarah Smout checking in. Horsley and Yazzie checking out. It's going to be a catch and shoot on the out of bounds. West. And a miscommunication looking for Celaya down low. Ash Hunter swings it over. Bella Barrett. They dump it inside. Cogbera going up. Cogbera. High arc. Can't connect. Smout transition. Being tracked down by Hurd. Smout in the lane. Works it up top. Yes. Daniel will let it fly from 3, and that's going to be off the mark. So the Coyotes right now, kind of like the first matchup where they only scored 2 first period points, kind of laboring to find themselves. Now give Mesa a lot of credit. They rotate well, they defend, they work off the screens. They don't make anything easy.
No doubt.
So here comes Ash Hunter, the general of this Mesa offensive attack. On the other side, Amaya Beckley worked over. Hurd, elbow. That won't go. Cogbera loses the handle. Melanie Ortiz, who's a good scoring threat and a good burst of energy off the bench. West in the lane. West tries to float one in. It won't go. Ash Hunter. Hunter swings it to the wing. Now work back to Ash Hunter. Mesa working the top of the key, driving. Good post defense by the Coyotes. Once again, Kamaya Hurd comes up empty. West swings it over Ortiz. Ortiz looked like she was going to take the elbow, pulls it back out to West. 19 on the shot clock. Now in the game for the Coyotes. A force down low as that one is knocked away. Hannah Williams in the game for the Coyotes. 4 and change left in the first. Shot is up from the outside, and that is stroked by Kamaya Hurd. And Coach Strickland's got to call a timeout. And a 30 on the floor as Mesa's jumped out to a 12-2 lead. And Matt, as we kind of break down this first period, as a good amount has clicked off the first period, defensively, the Coyotes are doing what's they're rotating well. Nothing's coming easy for Mesa. They're not getting beaten up and down the floor. It really comes down to knocking down some shots.
Exactly. I mean, right now defensively, they're doing a great job. Cabrera obviously taking a lot of the attention down in the paint. They're doing a great job locking her up, but it is forcing them and allowing for some of those open shots that Mesa's taking on the outside perimeter. Offensively, Coyotes were looking strong. They were taking some good looks, but they got to not just drive in and throw something up into the air. They got to take the time, set up the play, make the smart passes, and come to the ball. When they did that, they looked clean, they looked professional, and they looked composed. Now they just have to land the shot.
When we talk about this Mesa team, once again, we're talking about one of the best teams in the nation. The runner-ups last year ranked 8th overall, 12-6, 6-0 in conference as Hannah Williams is blocked down low. And Hannah does a nice job in a battle with Cogbear on the baseline to give the Coyotes another shot. 16 on the shot clock. Yazzie, Ortiz, Smout, Williams, and Olberg on the floor. The inbounds to Olberg. Works it out to Ortiz. Yazzie thought about it. Yazzie driving baseline. Fires it up, and that one drops. Good work by Cheryl Yazzie. Coyotes with a much-needed basket. And now it's Mesa offensively with Ortiz on the ball defense. Cogbear dumps it down to Bella Barrett. Barrett with the kiss off the glass. And that was just good recognition by Cogbear, who's just showing her skill, not only to be a force down in the post, Matt, but to run that kind of point forward situation to run the offense up top.
Yeah, Cogbear really plays a nice position for Mesa as that center position where she can float up to the free throw line, grab the pass, make it out pass for an open three, collapse the defense, but then can also post up just fine as well. So she plays a critical role in their offense.
And Sarah Smout gets called for the foul, trying to battle Cogbear, which is always a chore. Good crowd on hand. Of course, Mesa right up the road, just a little north of here, and plenty of teal in the crowd as well. So glad you can join us right here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. Matt McCurdy, Joe Pequeno on the call. Happy New Year to all of you out there. Elena Boss also in the game, and Cogbear, no question, that was a travel and then some. Couple new faces checking in for Mesa. Number 33, Avery Graber.
You got to love that lockup from Cole Olberg on Cogbear. I mean, she just had her feet in front of her, stayed well spaced, and kept the distance and forced the travel. So it's a good defense.
Barrett down in the post, doing a nice job. Ash Hunter. Ash, blocked by Williams, gets it back, works it out to the right side. Beckley.
Wow.
And they go inside, and Ortiz, good active hands, denies Graber. Now a scrum on the floor, and possession in favor of the gray and teal. And look, offense, we've seen it for the Coyotes. It's come and gone in the course of several games this year, but you can never say how much passion and energy and effort that never goes away, and Ortiz showed it on that possession. So Yazzie running the offense up top. Work to Williams on the elbow. Williams. Smout on the floor. Smout. And Smout draws the contact, and that will go against Avery Graber, her first. Smout will go to the line to shoot a pair. Smout averaging almost 6 points, and 80% free throw shooter. And I love the strong, aggressive move. Sometimes we see Sarah just settling from the outside, and that time took her to the rack and gives the Coyotes some momentum knocking down the first.
And I love the execution on the play there. You know, you could tell they're setting it up, patient, keeping the court spread, and then some great screens down in the paint, freeing up Sarah Smout to drive in strong, collapse the defense around her. And then obviously she headed to the free throw line. So great execution from the girls on that play.
Alana Boss also played at Millennium High. Familiar with Celaya Daniel and Ash Hunter from long range. And Hunter off the mark. Yazzie with the rebound. And I think if the Coyotes can get Mesa to settle for the outside shot, they'd be more than willing to acquiesce for that. Mesa's strength is the ability to dominate the post with Cogbera and Bella Barrett. A lot of big bodies. Kamaya Hurd also very capable 10 feet out. Takes a nice shot and Smout lets it rip. And that's pulled down by Graber. And here comes Mesa.
Good
Track
pass.
meet and pass is knocked away. Hurd looking to dish it to Boss and good active hands by the home team. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Now running the point, Aaliyah Garcia, number 22 off the inbounds. Works it out to Hunter. Hunter rolls around the rim and Graber continues to work. And Olberg and Graber in a battle. Kind of a weird situation right there where the ball was off the rim. Graber continued to battle. Olberg looked away, but then Olberg re-engaged, and now 16 on the shot clock. Hunter up top. Yazzie comes out. Worked, and they go back inside. High off the glass, won't go. Good post defense by Olberg.
Yeah.
Smout. Yazzie. Works it to Hannah Williams. Hannah. Going strong. Hannah. That's a nice, tough move. And I got to tell you, Matt, we've been following Hannah Williams a long time, and that's one of her best moves in a Chandler-Gilbert uniform. That was impressive.
Absolutely.
Basically worked her way through three players and did it with style, grace, and poise. And Ash Hunter up top.
And you can tell that's part of her game. You know, she's struggled a little bit on the ball, handle skills herself, dribbling the ball with confidence, and that right there was just pure execution, great finesse with the ball, making the spin move, and then find the open lane. So excellent work from Hannah Williams.
Coyotes with a chance to play for the final shot. 10 seconds. Ash Hunter. Now it's Hannah Williams. They try to go inside. Bad pass. Now it's Mesa. And Ash Hunter is going to fire it up from long range. And Hunter off the back of the rim. And after one, it's Mesa with a 14-8 advantage. And when we look at Mesa early on, it's some of their firepower. Bella Barrett with 4 points. Kamaya Hurd with 5. Cogbera with 2. And Ash Hunter directing traffic with 3. And we just see how fluid Mesa is with Ash Hunter handling the basketball. But they put up 14 points. But to the Coyotes' credit, defensively, they were never beaten transition.
Yeah, I mean, other than the couple times with Ash Hunter going one-on-one, little Euro step, she got the point there, and then obviously Hannah Williams blocked that second attempt. It really has been a battle of the bigs, and I think the Coyotes have kept up really well. It's not often we get to see that where Mesa has such a talented down-low squad where they can really post up and dominate, but Chloe Olberg and Sly Daniels have just absolutely closed that down really and have muscled their way to the top, and Brianna Martin. Martin came out really strong in that first few minutes of the game. So I think it's been fun to watch, and they just got to keep doing what they're doing defensively and keep scoring offensively.
You look at the Coyotes scoring, Yazzie with 2, Williams with 2, Smout with a couple key free throws, and Elena West with a bucket.
Yeah.
Your referees, Molly London. Make that Molly Mueller, London Gailey, and Sydney Crafton.
Good pressure.
And Melanie Ortiz battling underneath. And that's what it's going to take, ball pressure. And when you play Mesa, if you're going to let Mesa just run up and down the floor and get comfortable, they're going to roll you off the floor.
Yeah.
They'll get into their half-court offense, and Ash Hunter will dissect you. And they'll just dump it down to Cogbera or Barrett or Graber, a lot of big bodies that are very versatile. Smout from long range. Oh, that one just rolls around the rim. A good look by Sari. Can't falter for the look. Leah Garcia, and they swing it around. Ash Hunter And you got to like the versatility of Mesa. They got Aaliyah Garcia now kind of running the point, Ash Hunter playing off the ball. I love to see a player like Ash Hunter being free to just roam and set up her shot and have plays called for her number.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it really adds a variety to the game as well. Great steal by Hannah Williams as takes it in.
And Williams banks it in. Anna Williams come off the bench. She's got 4 points. It's a 4-point game.
Yeah, but that variety is what really makes the game interesting. It forces the Coyotes to think twice, allowing them to really switch up their defense and lock it up differently from when Hunter was running the point. So it'll be interesting to see how she plays it off.
Misha Casero also now in for Mesa. Now handling the basketball, number 12, works it to Ash Hunter. 5 on the shot clock. Casero dumps it down, turnaround jumper. That's off the mark, but Cogbera going strong. Cogbera puts it up. And once again, Mesa keeps it alive. Cogbera, a third opportunity. And the big body down low says you can stop me once, twice, but not a third time. A 6-point lead for Mesa. And now the Mesa men are in the gym with their red jumpsuits.
And Coyotes in this this second quarter early on, I love how they've come out, they've spread out the offense. They're really meeting Mesa early, and they're forcing them to really put the ball on the court, dribble a lot more, and spread it out. So, and the nice part about that is when your guards are further out, they're having to make longer passes to the inside to get to the post. It just really forces the game to lengthen.
Sarah Smau putting pressure, and Ash Hunter putting pressure from long range. Hunter follows up her 3-point play with a 3 here in the second period and opens the lead to 9. Horsley about to check in for the Coyotes. Yazzie up top. Gets the screen from Olberg, and they're going to call the foul on Ash Hunter. And that is Hunter's first foul. But a good look by Yazzie on the shot. And Yazzie will go shoot a pair. Sherrill, a 47% free throw shooter, and knocks down the first. And it's been kind of a tough year for Sherrill. Started the season a starter, got injured, missed a slew of games. Now is back. It's almost like her season started all over again.
Yeah.
And does a nice job right there. And the Coyotes now 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And look, you want to have any shot to beat a team like Mesa, you've got to do the little things right, like hit your free throws, and the Coyotes starting off well. The dump down and one. Beckley going in, draws the contact. And they're going to call the foul on Daniel. And Celaya was like, what did I do there?
Yeah.
That's one of those fouls where the referee saw something and you can't fault them. They're right there on the floor. 3-point play opportunity. And that's off the mark. Olberg with the rip. 7:20 left in the first half. Of course, we have the men coming up right after this. Daniel from long range. Daniel off the mark. Tracked down by Ash Hunter. Doing the little things. Casero looking for Cogbera down in the blocks. Cogbera pushed out by Olberg. Nice post defense by Cloa. Not just being there, but, firming up as well. Hunter to Casero. Worked up top. Beckley. Inside. Won't go. Casero with a miss. Horsley transition. Horsley works it back out. Swings it over to Yazzie. Casero on Yazzie. Yazzie gets the call from Coach Strickland on the sidelines. Daniel up top. Daniel puts it on the floor. And she loses the handle. Bella Barrett on defense. Now it's Macy the other way. Shot is up from the elbow, and that is off the side of the backboard. Melanie Ortiz transition. Ash Hunter getting back. They work it to Yazzie. And Yazzie will slow things down as the Coyotes get in their half-court offense. Horsley picked up by Boss, who is an elite defender. Ortiz swings it. Yazzie will take it from 3. That's off the side of the iron. And tracked down by Beckley. 21-12, Mesa. Under 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Thunderbirds ranked 8th in the nation. 12-6 overall, 6-0 in league play. Casero from the corner. High and, my goodness, gets the lucky roll. 24-12. And that's like the roll from the basketball gods.
Yeah.
You throw it up, and sometimes someone's looking up and after you. Daniel and Coach Strickland calling for his team to move and screen accordingly. Daniel swings it out. The steal by Beckley. Beckley open 4, and Beckley puts it in. A timeout on the floor. 26-12 as Coach Strickland is having a long conversation right now with Molly Mueller. So 30-second timeout, and now we've seen Mesa kind of open things up. Ash Hunter with a 3, showing her versatility, doing the little things.
Yeah.
Off the loose ball, going to get the loose balls and getting the team back up on offense. Casero with a 3 off the sky and then some. Beckley with 5 points in the second. And on the other side for the Coyotes, Yazzie with a couple free throws and Hannah Williams with a bucket. And now it's critical juncture time for the Coyotes. They got to string together some stops and string together some positive sequences on offense.
Yeah, when they're in a game against Mesa, I mean, Mesa is such a great team. We talked about that. They've got they're just a lethal team as well. We talked about their post game, but also their outside shot. They're 40% from the 3-point line, so they got a lot to work with, I guess is the best way to say it. And Coyotes can't afford to be making small mistakes where they throw a pass and Mesa can run it down the court. So got to lock that up, tighten it up, and run their offense efficiently.
Stepping in the game for the first time, Juliet Botiller. Always get to see Juliet sporting glasses. First time we've seen that. And got a travel on Hannah Williams. So right now, the Coyotes are hoping a great defensive sequence will lead to a great offensive surge. 4:30 and counting in this second period. So glad you can join us on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. Matt McCurdy, Joe Pequeno on the call. Happy New Year to all of you out there. Hope the holidays treated you well. Cog Barris swings it out. Boss back to Hunter. Hunter. Bo Tiller interface. Swung out that left side. Beckley on the floor. Beckley, good aggressive move and banks it off the glass. Amaya Beckley now with 7 points. And the lead is 16 for Mesa. West, Boss on West. Alana Boss played her high school ball at Millennium. Is a tremendous defender. Corey Stevenson told me last year that her defense, D1 capability. It's just a matter of getting the offense to match her defensive capabilities. And a tie-up situation as West gets tied up by Boss, as well as Kamaya Hurd. And that's what Mesa does. Look, if they'll see a ball handler and no one's setting screens, they'll attack and tie that ball handler up. And that was the case for West right there.
Yeah. And you got to admire the execution offensively from Mesa. I mean, they're really good at working those 3 perimeter and then having 2 down, flowing someone up to the center for a screen or a good pass and opening the offense wide up.
Ash Hunter on the miss. Boss is there. Outside shot. Hannah Williams will track it down off the mess by Hurd. Coach Strickland pleading for his team to get it up pace. Bo Tiller. Guarded by Ash Hunter. Swings it up top to Williams. Williams taken away by Boss. Ash Hunter works it down left side. Beckley, who has been impressive in this second period. Boss swings it out. Kamaya Hurd from the outside, and Hurd knocks it down. And that was just good ball movement by Mesa. That's textbook, and you can try to defend it, and if you do, you're going to have to be at your absolute best. Bo Tiller in the lane, loses the handle. And Bo Tiller will pick up the foul. And Matt, let me ask you, you called the game late December. Did Juliet have her glasses on in that game?
No.
Because I'm watching her right now, and it almost seems like she's struggling to find like a sense of balance with her glasses on and play the game.
No doubt. Yeah, I think obviously glasses are going to affect your performance. I haven't seen her typically play with glasses. I don't know if that's a medical reason or she just didn't have her contacts today, but it definitely plays an effect. You're always worrying about them falling off, getting hit, so that will definitely challenge the game for sure.
Yazzie on the great block on Hurd. Bo Tiller thought about it. Ortiz, no hesitation. That one's in and out. Good look and just could not drop for the Coyotes.
Yeah.
Swung up that right side. Beckley, who's a very good offensive player, can do a lot, dynamic, and Hurd, not afraid. And there's something really amazing about a lefty stroking it from the outside with that good left soft stroke. And Cogbera, once again, just showing how tough she is with the shot at the three-point play. Cogbera, all said and done, her name could resonate as the player of the league in the conference, ranked 10th in scoring and close to 14 points, 8th in three-point percentage at 39%.
Yeah.
And we know what a force she is on the rebounding side. So Mesa keeps it alive. Beckley. Hurd up top. 9 on the shot clock. Beckley. Mesa puts it on the floor, driving. And just an impressive move by Alaya Garcia. Right through the trees. 34-12. Bo Tiller swings it over, and that's almost taken away by Beckley. And Mesa has just picked things up with their rotation and active hands. Ortiz, Smelt. Up top to Bo Tiller. 10 on the shot clock. Juliet dumps it down low. Off Sarah Smelt. Ortiz. 3 seconds. She'll fire it up. And can't get the roll. Now it's going the other way with Garcia. Swing it down to Beckley, who almost traveled. Hurd from the top of the key won't go. Yazzie is there.
And that last play, Joe, was just great rotation and coverage from Mesa. You could see Cavs doing everything they could to get on the inside. Good screen, good pass. It just, Mesa, excellent coverage.
Yazzie swings in the corner. Sarah Smelt. Smelt. Nice move. Won't go. Cogbera with another rip on her way to double-digit last night. Oh, that's just a sweet pass by Garcia. Down to Hurd. Cogbera will swing it over. Garcia, Hurd, puts it on the floor. Little soft elbow, and that is an impressive move by Kamaya Hurd. I got to tell you, Kamaya Hurd, as the Coyotes can't get the shot off, Kamaya Hurd, Cogbera, Ash Hunter, they get a lot of love and they get a lot of pub, but you can see from Beckley, as long as Kamaya Hurd, just how talented and deep this team is. So at the end of one, it's 36-12, and man, we kind of talked about it. The lapses, the not being able to generate enough offense. A solid first 8 points. Second period, only 4 points for the Coyotes.
Yeah, I mean, Coyotes really struggling in that second quarter to really dominate, and they look tired. You can see the pressure of playing against Mesa and the wear and tear. You can see it early in the second quarter. So, and look, Mesa on the other end offensively, they've kind of got a great combination. They've got Hunter and several others who play that great guard position, and then Hurd, Beckley, Cogbera in that kind of post mid-range jumper area where they're sending screens, getting a nice over-the-top pass and going to the post, or they're doing a little jumper shot, and we've seen that all night. So right now, halftime, take a breather, get some water in your system, listen to Coach Strickland, come out strong and play and execute better offensively, and hopefully they can maintain from the wear and tear of playing Mesa.
And a big special night for the Coyotes, as well as David White will have his jersey retired between the women's game and the men's game coming up. And as we look at David, led the basketball program in the early 2000s, and his career at Chandler-Gilbert, prolific. 873 career points, first all time, 28 points per game in 2002, number one. 2001, he averaged almost 25 points, field goals made, 324. Just a list of dazzling accomplishments. Went on to transfer and play his college basketball at Cal State Northridge. Also played professional overseas, and he is going to be here with us, and we kind of look at his professional career, and it spans a lot of different teams, from the Niagara Daredevils, Mineros de Canea, Anaheim Arsenal, Colorado 14ers. And when you kind of look, and that's just a small glimpse of how many teams he played for. That is a player that just loves to play the game and did enough over the course of time to earn a good living playing basketball. And how can you fault the man for that?
No, absolutely. It's huge. It's great to see the Coyotes doing something like this, and it really kind of, I think, promotes the game and enthuses the athletes themselves. You know, seeing somebody who is passionate about the sport, which all these athletes are, and where he took his game and how he, like you said, made a future for himself and provided. And I think that's something that a lot of the athletes here at Chandler-Gilbert, and I think the program here at Chandler-Gilbert is trying to promote, is the ability to start at a local community college here and gain the skills, get the time on the court, and eventually build a future for yourself.
And the thing about Chandler-Gilbert, the Coyote Center, the best arena in the community college circuit here in the Valley, just a tremendous facility and a great fraternity and of friendships on this campus. It's a small group of athletes, and they all support each other. They come out to the events, and they're always rooting for the home teal. Tonight we have members of the softball team. They're out in the crowd. They're taking some shots on the floor as we speak. So we're going to take a short timeout, and maybe just by chance, David White might join us here at the half, and if he does, we'll have him on. But in the meantime, short break. Coyotes trailing 8th-ranked Mesa, 36-12. More to come from the Coyote Center right here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. And we welcome you back to the Coyote Center. We're about 3 minutes away for the start of the second half. And Matt, as we look at the standings, well, New Year, same kind of situation. Mesa on top with a record of 6-0, 12-6 overall. Pima also ranked in the top 10, 5-1, 13-3. Scottsdale 4-2, 8-6. Glendale 3-3, 5-9. Phoenix College 2-4, 8-9. Chandler-Gilbert 1-5, 5-10, and South Mountain 0-6, 5-11. On the other side of the D1 bracket, Eastern Arizona 5-1. They are ranked 14-3 overall. Arizona Western 4-1, 13-2. Southern Nevada 3-2, 13-3. Cochise 3-2, 11-6. Central Arizona 3-3, 9-8. A very competitive D1 bracket.
Yeah.
Yavapai 2-5, 4-9, and Community Christian College 0-6, 0-8. Some tough sledding in the inaugural season for the squad. Now, as we look at the D2 rankings, Mesa, we talked about it, number 8. Pima, number 10. Number 1 overall is Kirkwood Community College. On the D1 side, we talked about Eastern Arizona. They come in at number 14. A very busy night on the women's circuit. Central Arizona hosting Community Christian College. Arizona Western hosting Eastern Arizona. Phoenix College at a home matchup against Pima. Glendale taking on South Mountain, and Cochise welcoming in the College of Southern Nevada. And Matt, we're going to get that point. Here we are in mid-January. Soon enough, we're going to get to that point. The season's going to wind down, and we're going to be talking postseason basketball. Of course, Mesa is going to be a factor on the women's side as well as Pima. Who gets that 3 seed? Who gets that 4 seed?
Yeah.
Glendale much improved. They're showing their worth. That 3 seed, 4 seed battle, and for the Coyotes, you never know what can happen. Be a little bit more effective offensively, and maybe some things flow their way. So now it's the Coyotes and Coach Strickland on that right side. They're all huddled up, and Coach Strickland giving the second half speech and maybe some thoughts on the execution of what's needed. And Coach Stevenson, she's rolled out the basketball, and her starters have executed at a very high level. This is a squad that's putting up 66 points a game, and that they're halfway there.
Yeah, at this point, the Coyotes really need to not let Mesa take too much more of a lead. They've already got quite a deficit to climb back from, but we talked about this at the halftime. The outside shot's been open. The Coyotes have taken some good looks. They just haven't landed. So do what's working, right? Drive in, make a clean pass, let your girls shoot, and let them start landing. You know, you got to take some more shots. So I think that's what they need to focus on in this second half.
And the Coyotes, of course, they started. They're going from left to right on your screen. Daniel, guarded by Bella Barrett. Yazzie in the lane. Yazzie blocked underneath by Ash Hunter. Bird is there and works it over to Ash Hunter. Hunter swings it over. Barrett. Barrett guarded by Daniel. Cogbera, who's shown her versatility all over the floor tonight. More than just a post force. Swings it out. Her, the smooth lefty, and just a nice, silky, smooth stroke. She's got 11 points. And once again, Mesa showing you it's not all about Ash Hunter. It's not all about Cogbera. They've got weapons up and down their lineup.
And Kamaya Hurd has really just put herself in a great position, lowering into that post, popping right back out to that mid-range. She knows her sweet spot, finds herself wide open, and just drops it all night long.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Daniel. And that's going to trickle out of bounds, and that's going to be off Salaya. And a tough offensive possession for the Coyotes, who find themselves in a deep hole, trailing by 26. 14-8 after one, 36-12. Only 4 points in that second period. Once again, the Coyotes struggling offensively from the floor. Ash Hunter gets in the lane. Ash Hunter on the bounce pass to Cogbera. And you could not have written it up any better than that. Cogbera now with 8 points.
And I'll tell you, that's the duo right there you don't want to see if you're the Coyotes. Spread it out, Cogbera taking the back post, and Ash Hunter driving right in for a clean pass. I mean, that's just Basics right there.
Loose ball. Well, the thing about, you kind of look at Mesa, and we don't want to continue to harp on their versatility, but Ash Hunter can handle the basketball. They got Cog-Barrett down low. Hurd can shoot from the outside, and Beckley can create her own shot. And that's a powerful tandem right there as Daniel misses. And Bella Barrett is strong. It's got nice hands around the glass as well.
Yeah.
And this is a team, once again, they were the runner-ups last year in the D2 circuit. And they got a lot of those weapons back. And they're going to have an opportunity to make a run. And you got to figure all that postseason experience, Matt, they gained last year. It's just going to play paramount. So when they get into that national tournament, they have to play those road games that they're poised. And they've got the weapons to compete against anyone.
Yeah.
Had the opportunity to call some games over the December break. Daniel Olberg crashing. Olberg up and in. Laura Olberg with a big basket. Good hustle move, and Yazzie and Ash Hunter crash into each other. They're going to call the foul.
Love the energy Olberg brings to the game. She's been playing tremendous. I know we've had some poor scoring moments from the Coyotes in that second quarter, but Olberg saw the ball coming down, crashed the board, and you could see it in her eyes when she drove in. She was not going to let that go. She was going to go in strong and make the point. So great determination from Olberg.
And Beckley just showing her game. And it's hard not to be impressed from what you see from Mesa, because they just show you they can beat you so many different ways. They can put on the floor, they can hit the three, they can pound you inside, and their bigs have got recognition.
Right.
Cog-Barrett, we've seen points where she's playing up top, running the offense, and then you've got players coming off the bench like Alea Garcia, as well as Misha Casero, that handle the basketball and let Ash Hunter play off the ball. This is a very talented team, and this is our first home look at Mesa this year, and they're going to be tough to beat in the playoffs in this region, and they're going to be a tough out nationally when they get in the national tournament.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and Corey Stevenson, her offense, you can see she just knows how to put her players in a position to succeed, and they're executing on that.
43-14. A couple minutes have ticked off this third period. So glad he can join us. Olberg, strong move. Rolls around the rim. Cog-Barrett on the coverage. Ash Hunter up the floor. Couple dribbles. Swings it to Cog-Barrett. Cog-Barrett, the recognition. Beckley from the corner. And Beckley buries it. And Beckley now with 13 points. Now Mesa just starting to fill the box score up in so many different ways. 46-14.
And like you mentioned, Joe, that's what really makes a team like Mesa so dangerous, when you have so many options. And we see this with Pima on the men's side, so many options available to you, where one second you're throwing it down low to the post, making a play there, the next you're kicking it out for the deep three. So that's what makes it tricky, Mesa a tricky team to play.
Smout with the shot clock winding down, draws the contact against Beckley. Ortiz and Hannah Williams back in as Smout will go to the line. Sarah nailed her first two free throws in the first period. Right now, the Coyotes trying to find some semblance of offense as Smout stays perfect from the charity stripe. But you can definitely see the precision offensively from Mesa and the ability to create on the floor.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they hit their shots. Most importantly, they get the looks, they hit their shots. Now in the game for Mesa, number 21, Maddie Brown. Put on the floor by Hurd. Good defense, and Ortiz will work it up the floor. Ortiz swings it over to Smout. Smout, Hannah Williams. Ripped in the corner, Horsley. Horsley hits the three. And a big round of applause from the Coyotes sports teams on the other end. And Kamaya Hurd says, take a little of that on the other end. Hurd. Now with 14 points.
But Joe, talk about some much-needed energy after really a point drought for the Coyotes. Horsley coming in, dropping a 3, and we love to see that from her, as we know she's been practicing so hard to get those up.
Williams going strong and blocked underneath. The bigger body and Bella Barrett with the big paw on it. Now it's Barrett down low. Back up top to Ash Hunter, a little fake to Barrett. Barrett will control it with 17 on the shot clock. Brown kicks it inside. Cogbera, mismatch, and then some. And you love the recognition by Maddie Brown. She saw Cogbera in a good position, going toward the basket, easy finish, and the kiss.
And what we see with Cogbera, you know, not only is she a good post, but she's got speed and athleticism. Sometimes with the big post, they don't have that. But you've seen her contort and twist to get that ball up in the right position, even when she's headed in the wrong direction. So Cogbera's got some great athleticism that plays to her advantage.
Horsley and Williams up and in. And Williams now with 6 points. Coyotes trying to trap it at backcourt. Cogbera swings it out. Hurd, a little short. And that's going to be a foul on Maddie Brown, her first. Brooklyn Scurry checking in for Mesa. Number 23, as well as Elia Garcia. Elia Garcia right down the road from Dobson High. A sophomore, and you know, she handles the basketball well. It just, that young lady's going to be tough when you got Ash Hunter playing in front of you, but there's not a drop-off in the way she handles the basketball when she comes in. She's an impressive player. Bo Tiller now in the game for Chandler-Gilbert. Bo Tiller gets tied up. Elena, 8 on the shot clock as Hurd out top of the key. Elena tries to scoop it in, and that goes out of bounds, and the Coyotes will have an opportunity with 3 seconds on the shot clock. And it's Coyotes Nation. The baseball, the softball, the volleyball, I think every athletic team is here on campus, and they are rooting every play like it's the Super Bowl for the Coyotes, and that's tremendous.
And that's what you need in games like this. I mean, hopefully the Coyotes bench, they're getting fueled up, and the players on the court are using that energy to their advantage.
Boss.
Good hands.
Boss had the opportunity and lost the handle. Elena West will slow it down as Mesa gets back in transition. But make no mistake, Garcia threw a pass that Boss should have put up. And that's the kind of hesitancy we've seen from Elena Boss. The defense is so good, but she's got to start trusting her offense. And Maddie Brown,
no doubt,
had the good opportunity. Now it's going to go the other way. And now, right now, Mesa is starting to beat the Coyotes in transition. And the Coyotes, of course, they are trailing big on the scoreboard, but you can always fight and put effort on, and don't let someone just run up and down on your home court on you.
No doubt. That's not what they want, right? They don't want this to turn to a run and gun game.
West with a bigger body, and she'll draw the contact against Brooklyn Scurry. Going to see Hannah Williams, and Williams will go to the line. A 60% free throw shooter. Hannah's got 6 points to lead the team, and she's looked good offensively down.
Yeah.
Some good, strong moves, and connects on the first.
And what I love seeing from Hannah Williams, one, obviously, the ball control has greatly improved over the course of this season and last season when we watched her as well, but also her dominance in the post, right? Using her body to back up the player and then using those spin moves to find the open lane and take the good shot. What I'd love to see now, maybe clear the lane, drop it down to Brianna Martin, and let her go one-on-one down in the post, see what she can do.
Coming up between the women's game and the men's game, former Chandler-Gilbert star David White will have his jersey retired, and then hopefully we get to hear from David right here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. 2:50 left in this third period. Garcia, little pull-up, and Garcia just a little too strong, but Boss is there, owning the glass, and Cogbera off the good feed And Cogbera just
Wow.
beasting underneath. And my goodness, that is just some relentless Charles Barkley physicality by Cogbera underneath.
I mean, you would have thought that was in Brianna Martin's hand. It nearly was. And Cogbera from the out, jumping back into the game and grabbing the ball and going back up it's impressive.
Cogbera connects on the first. She has 11 points. In and out on the second. Hannah Williams comes down with it. You can just tell how valuable Cogbera is underneath. Just does so much, and West draws the contact from Aaliyah Garcia. That's Garcia's first. Coyotes, of course, a lot more basketball to be played for this team as West misses on the first. After tonight, the team hits the road. They got matchups this Saturday at Pima, followed by the following Saturday at Scottsdale. Then on the 29th, they're at Glendale, and then they return home February 1st on a Saturday, taking on Phoenix College. Elena West connects on 1 and 2, 51-23. Mesa. Maddie Brown works it out. Just pinpoint passing by Mesa. Swung over. Maddie Brown. Garcia. Scurry up top. And how about the native of Nevada showing the touch? And once again, it's Corey Stevenson and her staff, and you can't say enough about her staff. They go out there and pound the pavement. They find a lot of good players and maybe some players that need a little work, but all of a sudden, some polishing, and all of a sudden, they're shining bright like a diamond.
Yeah, I mean, it's the sign of a well-oiled program, a well-oiled machine. And, like you said, even some of the rougher players who maybe don't have the same skill set, put into the right program, put into the right system, can come out as stars.
So Hannah Williams will go to the line. 7 points on the night. As the referees come over and try to get the game clock situated accordingly. A lot of teal in the crowd. Hannah Williams connects on the first. And I got to tell you, Matt, I think in our year plus of covering the women, this is the best Hannah Williams has looked in a game. She looks tremendous.
No doubt. Yeah, she's playing strong, confident, and I love to see the handles way improved from what we've seen last year, even earlier in the season.
Maddie Brown as the Coyotes try to trap, and Mesa gets out of it. Garcia works over to Maddie Brown. 15, they dump it down. Worked in the corner, Graber to Brown. Brown from the outside, won't go. Pulled down.
Good hustle.
By Williams. Elena West and Coach Strickland telling his team to pick it up. Bo Tiller, shot is short from the outside. Garcia swings over to Maddie Brown. Bo Tiller comes out in the perimeter. Graber, a little fake, and pops it. Avery Graber, that's her first basket. 55-25. Under 1 minute left here in the third period. Elena West, middle of the floor, swings it out to Horsley. Hannah Williams over to Juliet. 18 on the shot clock. Hannah Williams had the opportunity and decided not to. Juliet, Elena in the lane. Among the trees, won't go. Graber with the rip. Garcia, middle of the floor. Garcia. And Garcia draws the contact. Love a little hesitation move in the paint to draw the opportunity to go to the line.
Well, it was a good read by Garcia. I mean, she felt the pressure from Elena West coming from behind. Let her reach over the top, get in front, little shuffle step, and like you said, drew the contact from a variety of positions.
Garcia averaging 4 points. But you got to wonder what those numbers would be like if she wasn't playing behind Ash Hunter. Connects on both, 57-25. Coyotes will play for the final shot here in the third period. Coming up, men's game. Coyotes opening up the second half, couple wins, the team getting healthy. 13 on the shot clock. Horsley from about 10 out. Now Mesa will play for the final shot here in the third. Boss, a little too long on the pass from Garcia. 3.7 seconds. Is there a Christian Leitner Hail Mary here for the Coyotes? West will roll it up. West fires it up, and that'll do it. And that third period, it was all Mesa. Outscoring the Coyotes 21-13. And Matt, it was one of those situations where it was really the star power of Mesa just picking things up. Kamaya Hurd with 5 in the third. Beckley, couple threes. Cogbera with 5 points. And then Ash Hunter just kind of directing traffic.
Yeah, I mean, just really great execution, as you're mentioning, Joe, from Mesa's part. And look, they run a great offense, pulling a center, one of the posts down into that center position at the free throw line, kicking it inside. And look, they've shown they can hit those jump shots. They can hit from the inside. And if it's not there, they either drive in the post, kick it out for a three. So the weapons are there, the talent's there, and they've just executed, and played a tremendous game tonight. So,
Bright spot?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bright spot, Hannah Williams with 5 points in the third period. She's got 9 total, and really a bright spot for the team. And the score is lopsided, but the shots have been there. There's been a lot of open looks the Coyotes just haven't been able to knock down.
Yeah. No, that's tough for the Coyotes for sure. I mean, we've seen that kind of classically throughout the entire season, just having a lot of open opportunities and not having the touch on the ball.
So on the floor right now, Elena West, number 24, Julia Bowe-Tiller, number 22, Brianna Martin down in the post, Hannah Williams, number 14, and Michaela Horsley. Graber has it knocked away, swung out to the outside. Ash Hunter, that rolls around the rim, and Graber going strong, and Brianna's there. Horsley bringing the ball up the floor, swings it out to Bowe-Tiller. They double her immediately. Williams going up against Graber, who rotates. Martin, little soft little elbow, doesn't drop, but the execution was really solid.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited about Brianna Martin's future. I think when it all clicks, it could turn into something special, and she could be a double-double force for this team.
Absolutely.
Hunter from the outside, off the front of the iron. Elena West kept in check tonight. Picked up by Casero. Juliet thought about it. Brianna almost slid her foot. Horsley, Elena West. And right now, the rotation by Mesa is just spectacular. And the ball is loose, and Mesa's scrapping this, showing it again.
All right there, Joe. That's just a prime example of needing to get rid of the ball a little sooner. They had a great drive. Elena West driving in strong, sucking down on the defense, but you got to get rid of it faster to provide the open shot look, in that case, for Michaela Horsley.
Jayla Speakman from Arizona Compass Press, originally from Anchorage, Alaska. And Matt, are you a horror movie fan?
My what?
Are you a horror movie fan?
Yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
So one of the best horror movies, underrated, is 30 Days of Night. And the premise of 30 Days of Night, it's basically there's a town in Anchorage, Alaska that for 30 days it's dark.
Yeah.
So the premise is on that one final day of sunlight, a slew of vampires come and just massacre the town.
Really?
Barrow, Alaska. And basically, it's like the final 6 or 7 survivors clan together, and they lead to an epic battle at the end.
Wow.
And it's a really, if you love horror movies, 30 Days of Night, tremendous. And all this started by Jayla Speakman catching my eye, being from Anchorage, Alaska.
Well,
So there you go.
I'll have to put it on the watch list.
That's a transition right there for you. 8:44 left in the fourth. You've got Mesa up 57-25, and for Coach Stevenson, starters, the bulk on the bench. Ash Hunter still on the floor, just kind of directing traffic. Horsley lets it go from 3. That's off the side. Casero up the floor. Casero and Smout ties her up, and it's going to be a tie-up. Possession Mesa. And you can tell with Aaliyah Garcia and Casero, their guards, doesn't really matter who's handling the basketball. They get up and down the floor. They move the pace. The pace never slows down. Ash Hunter, Graber, good recognition. They work it to Casero up top, off the front of the iron, but good work by Speakman. Trickles out of bounds, and Coyotes will get it back on offense. But I got to tell you, on that, that's kind of like something you don't see in the box score. Avery Graber felt the double team.
Yeah.
And she sensed it. Instead of forcing it back up, she kicked it back outside.
Yeah.
And let the open shooter have the opportunity. Horsley with the miss. Hannah Williams underneath. Hannah tries to go up. And Graber gets called for the foul. And once again, Hannah Williams very active. That's Graber's third, according to the scorer's table. And coming in for Mesa, number 15, Hannah Young from Valley Vista High School. Shot is up from the corner. Rolls around. Now in the game, Jalen Nacio. And Jalen's situation kind of unique. Started this year redshirting, and now she's going to get the opportunity to play, so we'll see how it plays out in the course of the season. Jalen brings a lot of energy, effort, hustle, and doing a tremendous job in the classroom as well.
Yeah.
In a conversation back in December, I think it was myself and Russ Luce and Coach Strickland, and they complimented her about her grades, and you just love to see that because, look, when you come to school, the most important thing is to get your education. If you're not coming here with a purpose to pass your classes, getting on the court won't happen, and it doesn't matter.
Right.
Getting your education at any level, high school, junior college, you're there for a reason. And I don't care how good of an athlete you are, getting your education is something that should be paramount when you step into any academia across the country.
Absolutely, and you gotta love that CGCC takes it so seriously and makes that such an emphasis. And what I love to see also is Jalen Nacio, really hasn't played any games this season that we've seen thus far, and yet she's coming in and making an impact. She's driving hard, getting right into the mess, not dipping her toes into the water, but jumping right in, and you love to see that. That's what she's got to do if she's going to start playing for the second half here.
Matt, you know what's really impressive about Mesa as Nacio fires it up and off the side of the iron is that they have so many bigs that can just knock down those 10-footers, right? We just saw Hannah Young a short time ago. Now we see Miss Anchorage, Alaska from Arizona Compass knocking it down. And it just, the versatility of this team, their bigs, it's really impressive.
Well, and truly, Joe, it's not something you see as much in the college sport. Right now, you see a lot of inside drives, layups, and an outside shot three. But that jump shot, not taken nearly as much in college sports. So the fact that her players feel comfortable going to obviously the post and putting a layup into the hoop, but pulling it back out to that nice, easy jumper, that's just a great advantage for the Mesa team.
It's a tremendous advantage because any team that tries to just throw a zone at you all day, well, Mesa's going to show, okay, you're going to play zone, you're going to go to 2-3 zone. we'll just kick it, just to the right side of the key. We'll hit the elbow, or we'll move 10 feet. We'll hit it from the free throw line. And they've got different players that can do that. Hurt has just shown her versatility. Beckley is a very impressive player.
Yeah.
And Beckley, as we see her, she's a freshman from Mesa High, and she was an absolute steal as Sherrill gets blocked underneath. Now it's Garcia transition. Garcia pulls it back out to Casero. Casero off the front of the iron. But good recognition by Garcia. Knew where the shooter was, and Coyotes collapsed down, but they let the shooter up top wide open. 6 and change left. Corey Stevenson, her husband is Brian Stevenson, the head baseball coach at Seton Catholic. Chloe Olberg. And Chloe misses. Defense by Speakman. Casero swings it over. Garcia rolls around the rim. Olberg. Good to see Sherrill healthy. Missed a good portion of the first half of the season with that lower body injury. That's what they call them in hockey, Matt. Everything's a lower body injury or upper body injury. Melanie Ortiz knocks it down. Good to see Melanie get in the scorecard. Speakman. And they're going to call the travel. Make that on Hannah Young. Took a quick first step.
We're talking about Sherrill joining the team again and being back in the games. We saw early in the season her really playing a big impact offensively and defensively for the Coyotes, and then to lose her mid-season was just a terrible loss. So it's good to see her out here running the offense, getting her feet wet again, and playing the game. She obviously had a great game against Phoenix, scoring 18 points. Not nearly as many points tonight, but she plays a tremendous part on this team. So it's good to see her back out here.
Boss causes Ortiz on the turnover, and it's Hannah Young gives it right back on the travel call. Coming up, the men's game. And between both games, David White will have his jersey retired. Nacio loses the handle. Boss, first shot off the mark, but she battles underneath and pulls it down. And a tie-up.
And you've mentioned it, Joe, Garcia's ability to drive the ball and play that point guard position in place for Ash Hunter. What a great pass from Garcia down low, just threading the needle and getting right to the player.
4:38 left in this one as the Coyotes men stroll into the gym. And I give Steve Silsby and the men a lot of credit, right? Like that team is so battered and beaten up, and they're getting healthy now, and they come out of the break and with 2 wins, Phoenix College and knocking off South Mountain, and Matt, they're 4-2. They're in second in the league, and you look at their losses, no shame in losing to Pima, which is currently ranked 15th, make that number 5 in the country.
Yeah.
And they're, last I checked, I believe they're 18-0 overall, led by Cohen J. Gonzalez, who's an electric guard, and they can just destroy you so many different ways.
Yeah.
And the Glendale game, the Coyotes, look, they barely had anyone that night. So here they are, they're getting healthy in second place, and as Garcia draws the contact. And for the men, you never know, Matt. I mean, look, it's going to take a plethora of situations for Pima not to win the D2 region.
For sure.
They're just that good. But you never know. An injury, a bad night, player gets thrown out of a game. You just never know what can happen.
Absolutely. I mean, look at last season for the Coyotes. Never know what could happen. Anything's possible. And I think we talked about this. Some of those injuries forcing the Coyotes to adapt and play some of the bench and letting them see what they really had in a lineup for this team. And I think we've seen a lot of growth and talent come out from their bench players that have now become leaders as now they've got more players coming back from injury. So it's exciting to see them grow, and hopefully this plays to their advantage.
And they got a chance to extend that winning streak as they take on Mesa here tonight. And then for the Coyotes men, well, they get another shot at Pima.
Yeah.
They'll take on Pima Saturday, and then they're on the road for a little bit, traveling to Phoenix College, then Glendale, and then they'll return home. Actually, let me correct myself. It's Pima Saturday, the following Saturday at Scottsdale, then on Glendale the 29th, then they have Phoenix College on February 1st. A battle ensues on the floor. Celaya swings over to Juliet. Ortiz has got the opportunity, and Melanie with a good look. Casero. Oh, that's just a great pass. My goodness. I mean, that was just something ridiculous. Casero from Gilbert High. Former Tiger. I gotta tell you, Matt, that pass, arguably the best pass of the night right there.
Yeah.
Threaded the needle and made that look great.
And once again, just showing Mesa's versatility. I mean, they've got some great guards who obviously can run the court, operate traffic, make good passes like we just saw right there from Caseri. Wow, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Mashia Caserio. And but then they've got the posts that can really dominate as well. So just another show of their versatility.
Misha Caserio.
Thank you.
If I butchered her name earlier, calling her Casero, I apologize to all the Mesa fans out there. Bo Tiller misses. Olberg had it for a split second, and Maddie Brown off the scrum. Aaliyah Garcia. Garcia swings it over. Good strong move. Once again, Mesa showing just how tough they are with Hannah Young, a sophomore from Valley Vista. Showing some toughness. Garcia. Maddie Brown puts it on the floor. Brown off the glass, won't go. Olberg. Ortiz on the other end. Swings it over. Bortiller, head fake. Daniel. And Mesa does such a good job coming off screens. They're not going over. They're always going under the screen.
Yep.
Impressive. And good strong move and contact by Olberg underneath. Hannah Young will shoot a pair. And you know her time's coming, but Misha Caserio is going to have her moments next year for this team.
No doubt.
She's going to run the show, and she's going to be something. She is fast with the basketball and in control. There's a difference, Matt. We've seen it, and you see it sometimes in the college level. Some player is so fast, but just not in control.
Yeah.
Misha Caserio is under control, and she's got electric handles. Number 12 is someone to watch out for Mason next year. She's going to be a force in this league. Underneath, Olberg, strong move, and the bank. Well, Olberg, her second basket. Caserio running the show over to Garcia. They work it up top. Kick back out. 13 on the shot clock. Garcia in the lane. Maddie Brown from long range. Head fake and the elbow. Won't go. Knocked out of bounds by Yazik. And the gym is starting to get packed as at halftime, David White now in the building will have his jersey retired here at Chandler-Gilbert. Showing that you can come out of junior college and have an electric career athletically. Juliet knocks down a three. So good to see Juliet get in the scoring column. Strong move underneath by Hannah Young. Hannah Young, you kind of look at her, Matt, another player that if she's on a different team, she's probably a starter, right? I mean, she's a good-looking player. Ortiz from long range, around the rim. That's kind of how it's been tonight for the Coyotes. A lot of good looks, just the shots, just have not dropped. They've kind of tickled around the cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
They've rolled around the rim. They've banked off the glass. Just nothing has consistently dropped for the Coyotes. 13 seconds left in this one. Casario will finish it out. And Mesa just going to hold it. That'll do it. And the Coyotes lose to Mesa 68-33. It was 14-8 after one, 36-12 at the half, and they're saying that there's still time remaining on the floor. So I think everyone, the scorers table, me included, jumped the gun. Corey Stevenson's trying to get an explanation with 1.8 seconds left on the clock. Just a formality at this point. And Ortiz, and now it's official. So the Coyotes don't get the result they were looking for. They fall to 5-11, 1-6 in league, and Mesa continues to do damage. Now 13-6, 7-0 in conference, and Matt, it's kind of the same story for the Coyotes. Just not enough consistent offense to generate and have enough to stay with a team like Mesa.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was pretty obvious in that second quarter when, you know, the Coyotes only scored 4 points. I mean, that's just devastating, especially when Mesa, you know, is coming out strong and they're going to put points on the board regardless of what quarter it is. And so there's nothing more you can say there than.
And I got to tell you,
look at it, the inconsistency.
I got to tell you, what a class move by the Mesa team.
Yeah.
They just come across press row and just fist bump everyone on press row, including the announcers, and that just speaks volumes about Corey Stevenson and her team, and we wish them the best of luck. Mesa, all said and done, a team that was the national runner-ups from a year ago, well, they're going to be in the conversation. They are good. They are strong. They've got athletes. They can fill it from the outside, and right now they are coasting with a 7-0 conference record. And they get it done here, beating the Coyotes handily 68-33. And their next game is Saturday. They'll host Scottsdale Community College, and then they'll travel to Glendale the following Wednesday. Now, keep it right here. In between games, David White will have his jersey retired. That's coming up. And then the men will take center court as they take on the Thunderbirds. Keep it locked and loaded. More to come from the Coyote Center.